It's Nolan.
Now, before we get started, make sure y'all hitting that like button. Make sure y'all sharing it on your respective platforms. Let somebody know what we're doing today. Now, let's get into the show.
Ay, I've been waiting for something for me to snap on. Graduated from the freestyle state with a cap on. Black on, been in my publishing for these rap songs. Making whack nigga back off, let the cash grow. 5 in the morning, I'm up with my baby, no sleeping. Clown niggas, y'all Barnum and Bailey, I'm creeping. Got an army with me, nah, it's a Navy, so y'all better pay me like K-Dot, them arms will be waving. I had a couple brushes with devils, quiet as kelp. I'm charging for air, you boys talk under your breath. God is my witness, he with me, and he counting my steps. So anybody riding with me, y'all should double your bets. I chose W's, like Aisha Wilson out this bitch. Nigga argue about the gold, I want a Billy out that bitch. I been counting more cheese like a Philly in this shit. A verse hard white like I'm breaking down the brick. Ratchet on me like the repo man. They done brought me back to life like Encino man. Ran off with the yams like an elope man. I got dealt with the chip, I'm the Frito man. I want millions, Benzes, numbers up senses. Nigga try to count me out, now I want vengeance. 100 rat taught me how to run it back. Clemson, all I do is work in my city, I need pension. Somebody said it'd be disrespectful to rap on it. I'm by business, y'all niggas ain't got the acumen. Immaculate, I've been adamant with these savages. The flow is so extravagant, extrapolating arrogance. Thought it ain't drop yet. Bitch, I got plans too. Nigga wanna scrap about it, bitch, I got hands too. Y'all man got a nigga twisted like a can too. I clean him out like shampoo. I pity y'all some damn fools. Man, this shit too easy, man. I just having fun with you niggas, man. Yeah. It's J Nolan.
What's going on, beautiful people? It's the kid J Nolan here. Welcome back to another episode of Inside the Industry, your number one source for music, entertainment, commentary, and breakdowns. Hope everybody is doing well this Friday evening. Got a lot to get to in this video, so I don't want to waste a lot of time. First up, we're going to get to Kendrick Lamar and his new Gatorade commercial. Also in the commercial, they're featuring the song Peekaboo. So this is a sync opportunity, big check there. And he's also getting checked for narrating the motherfucker and appearing in that motherfucker. So that's 3 times a lady. Face ad. Big shout out to Kendrick Lamar on that. Now, this ain't the first time we've seen Kendrick interacting with Gatorade. If y'all can remember the Super Bowl ad leading up to SZA making her appearance, featured her pouring Gatorade over Kendrick Lamar as he made his call in for the promotion of the Super Bowl. We now see that was also foreshadowing. We seen with the Squabble Up music video, they told you everything means something. We also have Punch from TDE. He's got a new interview out with the homie Curtis King. Great job on that, Curtis. Salute. Congratulations for having that very dope conversation. They spoke for over 3 hours. And even Punch confirmed in that video just how intentional and calculated Kendrick Lamar is with everything that he does. So even though there's people like DJ Head who may tell y'all not to look into everything, and some stuff do be reaching, some stuff do be but some stuff do be making a little bit of sense. So that's a seesaw, however you take it, but just goes to show you that Gatorade was not random. Okay. Let's go ahead and pull up the commercial so we can see what's going on, because at this time, at least, YouTube is being cooperative. If you see this video in the future and it's no longer there, that no longer is the case. Okay.
In Super Bowl 59.
How much are you willing to lose? Take the 65 gig. Losing steam, losing players, losing sweat. The solution?
A drink that hydrates better than water.
So they can work more, sweat more. Because when you do that, you can surpass the hype. You can inspire generation after generation. You can compete against anything, even gravity. Bing, bop, boom, 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 bop, bam. Expectations, you wouldn't understand. Or even yourself. So how much sweat are you willing to lose? That's how you know how much you're willing to win. Peekaboo.
Bruh, this nigga still doing motherfucking push. No! Drop it, give me 50. Drop it, give me 50. Niggas really got me out here rapping what I'm living. Oh, come the fuck on, man. This nigga still doing push-ups on they ass in the Gatorade commercial. And on Not Like Us, that nigga said, you ball boy, fetch Gatorade or something. Since 2009, I had this bitch jumping. You niggas will get a wedgie, be flipped over your boxers. What OVO for? The other vaginal option? Pussy. Nigga better straighten your posture. I gotta keep going through the lyrics. But goddamn, if this ain't embarrassing for Drake. Nigga said, oh, you want to sue? You want to keep quoting Not Like Us? I got other songs, homie. And we still gonna run it back on your ass just to do it. That's craziness, man. Now, of course, before the OV hoes get too carried away, this is not to say that Kendrick is patterning all of his moves as a calculated attack on Drake. You know what I'm saying? I could hear it now. Oh my God, he just did a TV commercial and he's still antagonizing Drake. Does he have anything else going on in his life? My God, why would you keep doing this? Why every time I gotta look up and log on online, I see Kendrick Lamar trolling Drake? Cause you was a bitch. That's why. Because it's not just that. You know what I'm saying? This nigga been doing push-ups. That's why it was even a thing. This nigga be in the park doing goddamn prison burpees. Nigga be doing pull-ups in the motherfucking park. This is something he been on. So it just happened to align. But since niggas wanted to turn it into a joke and turn it into a song, why not lean into it? I already been doing it. I been did that. Been had that. Been had money. Fuck me. So I ain't mad at that. But that shit funny as fuck. Then they show him get up with the motherfucking Gatorade on. Bruh, you got goddamn Micah Jordan. You got Jason Tatum. You got Asia Wilson. Shout out to Asia. Caitlin Clark. Luka Doncic. The newest nigga out in LA. Got MJ in that bed. Nigga want a ball? You can take it up with Jordan, nigga. Fuck is you saying? Damn. I ain't gonna lie. I'm quite impressed though. That's very impressive. And got paid 3 times on their ass for the song, the appearance, and the narration. Big dog business. I cannot hold your hand. That's a fucking fact, ain't it? You got Shador Sanders in that bit, man. Shout out to Shador. I hope you show out in the league. You feel me? But yeah, all-star lineup. That shit crazy. But big shout out to Asia Wilson once again. You know what I'm saying? That's the GOAT right there. My MVP. For sure. It's crazy how the man that so-called doesn't come outside just happens to have all this cool shit going on in circulation. GNX album going crazy. Luther video going crazy. Tour getting ready to start. What is it, this weekend? Damn. This nigga outside. Y'all done woke up a sleeping fucking giant. And shout out to Punch for clarifying. He said, yo, what is this narrative that Kendrick don't come outside or that he don't drop music? He been out here dropping every year and a half since he first got on the scene. The only time he took time away was for Mr. Morale. And that was in the midst of the fucking pandemic when a lot of people had halted dropping music, especially the biggest people in the game. The people that did continue dropping music were actually the ones that needed to, because they couldn't survive without having a new project out and then trying to, tour in the limited space where they could. But other than that, it ain't like he just been going away every 5 years on some Dr. Dre shit. Crazy. But speaking of Punch, we're gonna pull up some of the viral clips that have been spreading online from the Curtis King interview. And the reason why I'm gonna do the viral clips is because I don't want to play a big chunk or portion of Curtis King's interview. A lot of people are going and checking it out. It's a 3-hour conversation. I didn't want to pull out an hour of his shit. That's his shit. So go watch that shit for the entirety of the conversation. It's insightful, gives you a lot more insight into Kendrick, the TDE empire, the rise, SZA, Doechii, the mentality of the label, the future of the label, the whole shit, the future of media. They get into a lot, but we're going to pull out some of the high level things that I know everybody has been discussing, right? As it pertains to the beef, like that, control, leading into all of this shit. We're going to talk about that stuff. All right, so here we have the Art of Dialogue, which shout out to the Art of Dialogue for supporting this. It says TDE President Punch confirms the Kendrick Lamar versus Drake beef started with the Control verse and claims all the light-skinned niggas took it personal. Now, there is some information out there that says the beef actually started from Kendrick making fun of Drake on a radio station interview after DMX came out and said, I hate everything about Drake, hate the way he looks, his haircut, everything. I wish I could catch him in an elevator. And you know what I'm saying? Kendrick did an interview talking about how his homies were cracking up laughing at this interview he ended up seeing, and everybody was on the floor dying laughing. That is actually being seen as the impetus of the problem. Mac Wap has talked about this. That's where Drake's first little bit of tension came into play, but the Control verse just solidified it. I think Drake was like, oh, this nigga really don't like me. He done laughed at my ass on a couple interviews, and now he done put my name in this verse where he's challenging everybody. Maybe he's not that fond of me, okay? But as far as Punch's recollection, which Punch is older, he's not, he wasn't on the ground level with Mac Wap, Schoolboy Q, and all of them in their goofy shit. You know what I mean? He was more like the older brother. So he kind of sees it being played out through Control, okay? But we're going to go ahead and play this clip.
Where the hell does this start? Is it the Control verse that this whole Kendrick versus Drake situation? Do you know where that starts, or can you even speak on where that may start?
I can give you my perspective.
Okay.
And yeah, to my perspective, that's where it started.
Yeah.
Dot did the whole thing, and it's a competition thing.
Right.
Not a I hate you thing.
Right.
You know what I mean? We rapping. I'm trying to be better than everybody. You should be too.
Right.
So a lot of people took it personal.
Why do you think that was missed, especially when we know this is a highly competitive environment?
It was all the light-skinned niggas.
That's why I want to be traded from this team. I told y'all, trade me. My mama named me D''WAN.
Bro, no, I'm joking, but I'm kind of serious at the same time.
No, you're not. You're not joking. I'm with you. I agree.
Pusha T was mentioned, right?
Right.
Pusha T tweeted Dot and said, I hear you loud and clear, Kendrick Lamar.
What's the confusion?
Meek Mill seen Dot in the club.
Yeah.
Walked up and shook his hand. Said, I got to get you back. You know what I mean? Mm-hmm. When my guy Cole seen Dot, they ended up escalating to the fight with him and Puff.
Oh, no.
You know what I'm saying?
Now, I will say, with that situation, Punch has elaborated about that fight between J. Cole and Diddy. The last time he talked about it, he didn't necessarily say that it was caused by the Control verse, or that, the narrative of Diddy trying to pour a drink on Kendrick head and then Cole pieced him up. Like, whatever narrative that was, he kind of changed that storyline a bit. He said that there was some tension already brewing between the two camps, as in Cole and his folks, and I guess Diddy and his folks. Now, that tension could have actually been because of the Control verse, because maybe Diddy called Cole and was like, how the fuck you gonna let that nigga throw your name in there and then he gonna call himself the king of New York and y'all niggas ain't did shit? And Cole like, that's my nigga, man. Get the fuck out of here. And then when all of them came and, combined like Voltron, shit went left. Either way it go, Diddy got his ass pieced up, and ain't nobody else out here with all these allegations. Ain't nobody else putting hands on him. But we'll keep going.
Then with Drake, he doing interviews like he really upset about it.
He was very upset. That Elliot Wilson one was telling.
Right. And like that kind of threw everybody for a loop. It's like, huh? What we doing?
Especially when once again I keep pointing back to the roots of things, and that you were in a room. Like even Ali talked about it. He's like, he knows how much of a blessing it was to be in an environment where it was highly competitive with not just 4 artists.
Yeah.
Anybody who could, any given point in time, could be somebody's main artist.
Yep.
And it's going to be competitive, especially when you got that going.
Thing though, like what we didn't take into consideration is everybody didn't come up that way. So it was second nature for us.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? But everybody didn't have that same thing. I get emotional, but
look, I'm trying to walk.
Still aggressive.
See, he's not gonna let us have no win today. We not look. We didn't got set back years. Man, but I think about that control, and when I heard it, I was like, damn it, this always needs to be an element of hip hop culture. Anything involved, I don't care if it's mainstream rap, whatever. However you want to separate it, there should always be an element of that. Beyond the high yellowness, what do you think it is that people miss? What do you think it is people miss in terms of, people are like these are the same artists that are competitive about record sales.
Yeah.
And that's the first thing you see some of them use when they do end up being at odds with somebody else. Why was that missed when it was such a wide net? Because he wasn't just talking about one rapper. It was the whole gang. Even the people on the damn record with him.
Yeah, right. Exactly. I don't know, man. It's just, I can't explain where that comes from other people.
Right.
Or why they feel the way they felt. To me, I know it was friendly competition.
Right.
It's like we on the court, we playing basketball. I'm trying to win the game.
That part.
I mean, we can go get something to eat after, whatever it is, but while we playing, I'm elbowing you, you know what I mean? I'm shoulders is going crazy.
Right. It's like a pickup game.
Yeah, but it's still love.
Yeah.
Like, I don't hate you, my nigga. It's cool. We good money.
All right. So that is Punch talking about the control verse that started a lot of the tension, niggas feeling some type of way in the industry. It showed that Kendrick was all about the spirit of competition and letting niggas know we can all be cool. Everything is gravy, but I want to be the number one nigga. I don't know if y'all feel the same way, but I'm going for mine, right? Which has manifested itself in many ways over the years, but of course in last year's battle of the fucking decade, probably the biggest battle of all time as far as recorded music is concerned. We saw how that turned out. So next up, we're going to get into Punch talking about the subliminal war between Drake and Kendrick, and then getting into the Like That verse when Kendrick decides, all right, nigga, it's time to play direct. All right? We not pussyfooting around the subject. We not tap dancing around the conflict, which is also, if we're going to be honest, Mr. Morale and the Big Steppers, all that tap dancing they was doing around the issues on that album. Of course, if a person goes through that process and lets you know what it is and gives you the whole cathartic message of the album, I'm not tap dancing around shit no more. I guess people should have understood the next step would be to address any elephants in the room. But we didn't know. But here we go.
I want to dive more into this category now. So over the years, we as a listener saw what seemed to be subliminals thrown on both sides.
Yeah.
Or even at least could be interpreted as that. And, because we don't really get a lot of interviews from Dot, or we don't really get, or the other folks who are involved in it are not as direct, we never really know until we knew.
Yeah.
As it is approaching to that time, I'm curious, what was the energy like internally when the Kendrick versus Drake battle first kicked off? And let's talk about specifically with that Like That verse.
It had been bubbling for a while.
Right.
You know what I mean? We was pretty closed mouth about it. Didn't say much. You'll hear little subliminals. But I got to the point now where I'm like, I'm going to speak on it if somebody asks me.
Right.
Because now it's about legacy. You know what I'm saying? Like usually we just let things go how they go.
Right.
We know what the truth is or whatever, but now it's like, okay, I speak on certain things. So I think I was just getting ready to go out of town on tour with SZA when Dada came by the studio. So I didn't see him. I missed him. Mm-hmm. And he played the record for Top. You know what I mean? And I talked to Top. He told me a little bit about the record. Then I hit Dot.
Mm-hmm. Now that's interesting. So some people out there, you know, although we saw the whole squad link up for the Not Like That video, I mean, Not Like Us, excuse me, Not Like Us video, people have been, you know, Drake tried to play on the rumblings of there being inner turmoil between the family and the camp, all this stuff. But Kendrick was already in contact with them beforehand, letting them know, I'm finna body this nigga. So, and we've already heard Ab-Soul talking about how they stay in contact. We've heard Schoolboy Q break down in that Back on Fig interview last year where he said Dot is better than me in everything, better than rapping, at father, all this stuff. Like, there's nothing between us. You know what I'm saying? Negative. Can never look at him no type of way. Like, the stories just continue. Now, of course, newer people from the label, their relationship ain't gonna be the same way. But these are niggas that essentially grew up together, got rich together, made millions together. And although he wanted to go off and chart his own path, it shouldn't have been beef. Some people believe it was, but here we have Punch saying Kendrick came and played Top, the motherfucking like that verse. Niggas hit the line and let us hear the shit.
Like it's going down. Let me see here. Let's see what's up.
Hey, what was his demeanor?
Laughing.
See, that just makes it even more crazy.
Yeah.
What you mean laugh? Just this is
people think that it's so serious and this whole thing. Like, that stuff is funny. This nigga's from Compton, California, bro.
That part.
You know what I'm saying? Like, where you grew up at, it's serious over there.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? You getting shot at. You getting home invasions. You getting gang wars. Nigga, we talking about music, bro.
Mm-hmm.
So it's like, it's funny.
Right.
You know what I mean? So I hear the record.
So I find that to be interesting, right? He says the niggas laughing, joking, playing, jovial about getting ready to body this nigga and sending a shot through goddamn cold while aiming at Drake. And they laughing, having a great time as they prepare for this shit to drop. You know what I'm saying? And again, people didn't know what the fuck, man. Niggas was really out here like, damn, where Kendrick at? What is he gonna do? Is he really gonna let Drake come out here and disrespect, play it with his name? You know what I'm saying? This fucking push-ups, this tailor-made bullshit. Is he really allowing this to happen? It's been weeks. This nigga just is like having a great ass fucking time. Like, I'ma show y'all. You know what I mean? And Curtis made reference to this in the interview a couple times. Like, he really got rid of this nigga in 5 business days. That's craziness. In the span of a week. Right? You take away the interim of everybody waiting. When the showdown actually became the showdown, he got rid of that nigga in a week. If I'm Drake, ain't no way I'm letting a nigga off me in a week, nigga. That Heart Part 6 shit would have never came out, nigga. I would have goddamn, I'd dish your mama before you take me out in a week. I'm playing. Wouldn't do no shit like that. But I'm just saying, nigga, I'ma start picking up dust off the motherfucking ground. We gonna Ric Flair, nigga. Woo! we go do, you know what I'm saying? We gonna start playing dirty. I'm gonna have the Jeff Jarrett, the nigga, take the guitar to his head. Ain't no way you getting rid of me in a week, bitch. You think I'm a weak bitch? Let me let Punch continue.
I'm like, yeah, it's up. It's go time now, baby. But it's still for fun in the spirit of competition.
Right.
All right, here you go, nigga. Ain't no big three. Mm-hmm. It's this.
What was your impression when you heard first person shooter? Did you hear it at that point? Or was it even on your radar? I know you got a lot of responsibilities as, with working with SZA, but was that something that came on your radar at first too?
Honestly, not in that way.
Right.
I heard it. But I mean, the nigga Drake do so many subliminal shots. It's like, I can't keep up. Like, for real.
These are facts.
And they dope, too. Don't get me wrong. Like, the boy can rap, for sure. Mm-hmm. But it's like, I can't keep up and try to keep dissecting everything that's being said.
Right.
But,
especially if they've been doing it for 10 years. You know what I mean? It's kind of expected at that point. Nothing new. It's just the fact that Kendrick said, nigga, I ain't playing with your ass no more, nigga. We been at this motherfucker just throwing frisbees back and forth, nigga. Fuck that shit, man. It's time to throw some shells. Damn. All right. Now, next up, let's get into Euphoria and Punch's initial reaction to that and being, able to hear it ahead of time. So, again, people were hearing these records ahead of time. Daylight, of course, is very close with Punch, also very close with Dot. He was the one that was kind of playing the social media games and stuff, talking about duck for cover, the nukes is out, clear the streets out, all that shit. But let's get Punch's assessment of things ahead of time.
That waiting period is so diabolical, Punch, because when things started to he ain't coming back outside, we're done here, it got quiet.
Yeah.
And then Euphoria drops.
Mm-hmm.
I'm sure that you heard Euphoria beforehand.
What's crazy is, like I said, I had to go on tour.
Oh, you had to go on tour. That's right. Okay.
So I'm in Australia when they kick off.
Wait a minute. Slow it down. You're in Australia.
Yeah.
The irony. Continue.
That's hilarious.
Ain't that a bitch? This nigga was in Australia with SZA doing they tour. Drake is in the midst of finna getting bodied. And the first thing he do is run to Australia. God is an amazing artist, I tell you that much.
So we out there, SZA doing her shows. And I called Dot like, yo, I need to hear this record. Because we had been talking about it. Mm-hmm. I was like, I'm going to fly home. So we had a gap of about, I think, 3 or 4 days between shows.
Right.
I took that flight from Australia all the way back home.
Oh, wow.
Went to the studio. He pulled up on, it was a Room Full of Mirrors session.
Yeah.
He pulled up. I played the whole Room Full of Mirrors album first.
Yeah.
Then I made everybody leave.
You made it.
Yeah.
No pushback. I know folks had to put their ear to the door or something.
It was funny. Everybody left right when in the booth.
Yeah.
A huge booth. And he played me the joint. It was playing through the earphones in the booth.
Oh, so they could. Oh,
so
wow.
Everybody heard it anyway.
So they had to act like they didn't hear nothing. Like,
yeah.
Oh.
So this is how Daylight is catching wind of the song. Because Punch said he made everybody clear out and go into the vocal booth, right? And in this situation, this ain't like going into, this is a soundproof area in the booth. So whatever's happening in the control room, you typically would not be able to hear. But he's saying that because of the headphones in the studio, the actual recording booth, they were able to hear it bleeding through the headphones. So that's where they got the inkling of what was going on and got to hear it. but they weren't in the actual room getting to hear it like full force through the loud speakers. They were literally getting it from the fucking headphones bleeding out. Ain't that some shit? And you trying to make out words, you listening to the beat switch, you like, what is he saying? He's going in. Oh my God. What the fuck? Turn it up. Hey. But you can't tell nobody to do shit because you really ain't supposed to be here. It's supposed to be confidential.
Wish I could hear that record.
Bruh.
There was rumors that there was an 18-minute version of that. Had you ever heard anything about that?
I don't know the length, but it was definitely longer.
There was
Yeah, it was definitely longer than the version that the world got.
yeah.
So it was a lot of stuff that didn't make it on there.
What perspective can you give us about? Look at he over here tripping out. What perspective can you share with us about the version we never heard?
It was just some things in there that I didn't think would have been beneficial in the long run to put in there. So I gave him my input on that or whatever. So he took some of those things out.
Here we go, y'all. Punch says Euphoria was longer than the version we heard, and as Curtis alluded to, people had been saying that there was an 18-minute version or a much longer version than what it was that we received. He confirms it was longer. It had some more content in it that we're not privy to, and he says that he personally advised Kendrick, hey, some of the stuff you saying in there probably not gonna be the best. All right, so Drake, you should be thanking Punch. Thank Punch, thank Top Dog, thank anybody who was in the corner of Kendrick saying, hey, I know this is important. You trying to off this nigga, and we support you in that mission. But there's a couple things you might want to think twice about releasing to the world in this record. My nigga, somebody eventually is going to have to do the good work of getting that full version. Y'all niggas been leaking Kendrick records for 2 years now. Y'all got all the motherfucking Mr. Morale leaks, original versions with the old beats on it. Y'all niggas got songs from goddamn To Pimp a Butterfly era, other Pharrell beats that nigga ain't never released yet. Somebody gonna have to do the work. I'm not a huge supporter of hacking, but we need that full Euphoria. I don't give no fucks. Be mad at me, be mad at yourself, because you feel the same way. I'm just the one on the microphone saying it. Okay? I want to know what the fuck was really said. Hell, if niggas is gonna get drugged through this whole damn lawsuit, give us a reason to feel flagrant. Cause Not Like Us was not that flagrant. Let's get into the weeds. Let's get into the dirt. Okay?
Now, Kendrick infamously said, I got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 plus 5 in stock. I know I'm moving out, but I want to ask this specific question because I still want to walk down the timeline. Have you had a chance to hear the mother 5 in stock?
Nah.
Okay, so moving along the timeline. We talked about, so what is that? That is Euphoria. And then what is the next one we get? We get do we finally get we don't get Family Matters. There's another one that was a leak that happened in between.
We get 616 in LA. Right before that is
That's the timeline that I had to think about. So 616, you know what's crazy, Punch?
oh, he has that Buried Alive.
That's the one I was talking about. I know I always missed that one because I didn't listen to that one. That's the one I didn't listen. At this point, I said, I have this theory, and I'm just going to put it out there. I'm not putting words in your mouth, but I have this theory that he started just dropping shit to see what Dot was going to do next because he wanted to see his damn self.
Man.
Because this was pure cinema.
Maybe. I don't know. I know it's tough when you engage like that.
Right.
To deal with silence. Because silence become a whole different enemy.
All right, so that's that clip there. Next up, we're going to get into, let me see what we're going to pull up here because there's more to this interview. Of course, I don't want to, again, play all of what entails from the interview, but there are some clips that have been saved. So next up, we're going to get into Punch talking about this so-called red button that Drake was alluding to, and he says that that was a big mistake because it led people to think that he had more in the tuck than he really did.
Excuse me, I had the same thought with Family Matters that I did with push-ups. And it was it's not enough.
It's not enough. What makes it not enough in your eyes?
I think another mistake that they made was giving the idea that they was finna push this red button. So I think when you did that, you built the anticipation a bit too high.
Right.
You know what I mean? So now people have expectation.
Right.
Like, I'm finna hear some stuff now. He finna push the red button.
Mm-hmm.
It's over now.
Right.
You did?
When that happened, then what you call it drop right after.
Well, okay, to that point of the red button.
Yeah.
Y'all stay pretty even keel no matter what's going on. Y'all don't let the elements around you change what your strategy is. In that situation, when you hear that, do you think there's a part in Dot that says, all right, it's time to lock in? Or is there like we're doing this, let me over prepare for what that may be? Or is it just, I already know what I am and I'm confident what's about to happen?
The latter part, you already know what it is.
Yeah.
Like, people were saying that Dot wasn't battle tested.
Where did that narrative even, and it came from people who don't battle rap.
They just didn't know.
Uh-huh. Yeah.
You know what I mean? And speaking on things that they didn't know about.
Right.
When I saying that, I'm listening like, hey, all right. I hear you. But it's like Dot was fully prepared.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I mean? With no songs written, he was fully prepared.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? So, no, man. But it's like, you got the anticipation that his red button, that thing drop.
Mm-hmm.
It's like, okay. Oh, you got dirty. You went far. All right.
Yeah.
Let's go further.
And further he went, because damn it, after that song, they couldn't even have enough time. There wasn't enough time for them to put a piece in the oven.
Yeah, for sure.
There wasn't enough time to even put a piece in the oven. You couldn't even watch your favorite sitcom because damn near less than 30 minutes later, Meet the Grrrls happens.
Oh, yeah.
Here's where I, as a listener, say, this is what makes somebody like a Dot so dangerous.
All right, so there's that with Punch talking about that red button and saying, really wasn't enough. But y'all remember the meme that said red button lawsuit? That's what the red button was the whole time. That nigga was putting his ace in the hole from the jump. Red button on your ass, bitch. Go too far, I'ma sue your ass. You did. You know what I mean? You know what I'm saying? You're high the crisis management team. You go too far, I'm calling my team. You know what I mean? You did. And you still ain't even suing the nigga you want to sue. That about a bitch. All right, I think I'm getting to the last clip from the interview. And again, big shout out to Curtis and Punch for doing this because, we haven't heard anyone else from TDE really give anything towards this. Kendrick, it'll probably be years before we ever hear him really speak on this, if ever. So this is the closest that we're going to get. So the final clip that I'm going to show in this video is Punch speaking on Drake's The Heart Part 6, which again, as I stated in my video the other day going through his amended complaint, I feel like The Heart Part 6 was a calculated addressing of what was said and not like us calling him a PDF, all of those things. It was not really intended to be a diss record, although it did have some shots going back toward Kendrick, some misinformation, some misquotes of his music and things of that nature. But ultimately, it was a public pleading to say, hey, please do not believe this guy He's trying to ruin my reputation in the music industry, and for that, I will be doubling back to back. You like that record? I'm going to get back to the law for the record, okay? That's what that was. But let's get to Punch talking about the Heart Part 6 and how he felt when he heard it. Drake's Heart Part 6, okay? And they also talked about the real Heart Part 6 in this interview as well.
Rage on full display is what I call that. This is a light skin term.
I call it the white flag.
Hit the button, please.
Definitely a white flag.
Please, sir.
Somebody gonna have to tell me.
It felt like it because
Hey,
he
them
said,
niggas gonna
y'all
be
got
hot
this
at
shit
me.
burnt the heck out. I said, oh, come on now.
Yeah, it was I mean, just to be transparent, my honest opinion. And two, for the record, I gotta say, I'm probably the most unbiased when it comes to this situation. Like, I respect Drake's talent and skill.
And real quick, I seen somebody that spread this video out there, and they were like, what do you mean he's the most unbiased? He would be the most biased. He's from TDE. Well, he's basically saying out of everybody involved, he's probably the least biased out of the cast of characters involved. He still feels like Drake has a certain level of talent. He can acknowledge, or at least Drake has a certain level of quality to the music he produces if you don't feel like he's talented, you know what I mean? Just addressing things that are obviously going to be said. So he says I can at least acknowledge those things, and based on those things, I still can speak on this, in a more balanced way than most people probably would or could. All right.
Skill as a songwriter, as a MC.
Right.
You know what I mean? All the success he had. Even conversations I've had with him, like, always been a cool dude. Like, I had to clear the scissor record for him or whatever. So, like, I don't have no beef or malice towards him.
Right.
It's that he's battling my guy. So,
What you think is going to happen?
it's up.
You would do the same thing.
Yeah.
Shout out to
you know what I
Moni
mean?
for the cameo.
But when I heard that record, it felt like defeat. Like, he felt exhausted,
Yeah.
like, vocally on the record.
I said that from the jump.
That's why after I heard it, I wouldn't put good battle.
Oh, you put that on Twitter, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. I remember that. It
definitely said
did
it was
feel like, I mean, he did that at a time where it was like the other record was taken off in a way where even if that wasn't a diss song, that would become the primary focus of whatever company is attached to it because that song took off with gasoline draws. Here's my theory on Heart Part 6, which I thought was really interesting. After, as the West Coast might say, after Kendrick marked that nigga out, I'm just playing. After Not Like Us dropped, and he said, this person in the crew, this person doing this person doing this, and I feel this way about you. Drake decided to do his own addition to the Heart Part series, which anybody who's a fan of Kendrick understands how important these records are as almost like photos in a photo album.
Yeah, for sure.
To remind you of where I'm at, right? And as he gets to Heart Part 6, soul calling again. Hello? Hello? Are you there? Oh, no, he gone. He gone. Okay. No, so...
So Absol called in earlier in the interview as well, of course. Go watch it on his channel. But he gets into the Heart Part 6. This is Curtis kind of giving his perspective of the situation. Going to try to go up a little further, try to get back to Punch and his response, just so we can be succinct with it. Again, go watch it on Curtis' channel, man. It's very informative, very insightful.
6, the real Heart Part 6, and Kendrick makes it all. Because when I seen it, I was like, oh, shit. We ain't done. And then I heard it, and I said, what a masterful move. Not even move, but what a masterful, not even move. That's not the right word. What a gesture. Because at that point in time where everybody is focused on what is this going to be about, he tells you what it's really about.
Yeah, for sure. And that's just a testament to who he is.
All right. So basically, in summation, Curtis King was basically saying that Drake took the Heart Part 6. He then made it all about him, right? Fighting these allegations and all of this stuff, or what he calls allegations. Fighting the narrative of him and his folks or what have you. And I would never touch no, you know what I mean? Y'all know how it go. But then Kendrick reclaims the title, The Heart Part 6 on GNX. And rather than talk about himself, he talks about the TDE story, gives everybody their flowers, everybody that contributed to his rise, you know, and as an artist, fame, the industry, becoming the top dude, top dog, all pun intended. He gives it up to his people, his black hippie counterparts, everybody that was there. You know what I'm saying? So yeah, great interview. I already said, very insightful, very informative. Go check it out. Big shout out to Curtis King. Big shout out to Punch for even allowing it. Because again, a lot of those guys over there, they're not really into talking like that. Not the core of TDE. So I appreciate this. Let me know what y'all think down below in the comments. Be sure to like and share this video. If this is your first time seeing me on YouTube, go ahead and subscribe to the channel, become an insider, and I will catch y'all on the next one. Y'all be good out there. More content coming for the weekend. Can't wait to see y'all moving forward. Much love and respect, y'all. Peace.
King of my city and cul-de-sac. Coming out swinging like soldier rag. Leading my people like quarterback. Boy, I study this shit, I'm an almanac. Had to get up and grind. Knowledge is booming, I'm here to apply. Came with the chip and the dip, it just single the mind. We finna do more than survive. I need my check. Spinning the block for the Gouda. We hitting the jeweler to flood out the net. We don't do beef for computers, I'm straight out the sewer. We come when you rest. Niggas be looking perplexed, so keeping my foot on their neck. No map, I trust my gut for the quest. With drama, I'm fully abreast. I was ready for years and they doubted me. All of a sudden they tell me they proud of me. I've been dropping these haters like calories. First I'm out, I came back with some boundaries. Stand for my honor, but too raw, no corner. Packing the stick with a drummer. Wanna catch my bad, won't fumble. I done came too far to be humble.